Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 30, 2023. And in the news this evening, taxi operator killed, vehicle stolen in Westmoreland. A Westmoreland taxi operator was shot and killed, then robbed of his vehicle in Burnt Savannah in the parish on Wednesday evening. He has been identified as a 35-year-old Romy Taylor of a Burnt Savannah From address. Reports from the police are that about 6:30 p.m., Taylor was standing at a car wash when a motorbike with two men aboard rode up. The pillion reportedly disembarked the motorbike, then brandished a firearm before opening gunfire, hitting Taylor to the right side of his head and his upper and lower back. The pillion, who was reportedly also the shooter, then drove away a gray 2011 Toyota Voxy motorcar operated by Taylor, while the other man rode away on the motorbike. The taxi operator was transported to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Popular Westmoreland DJ shot dead at a party. A popular disc jockey was shot and killed at a party in Little London, Westmoreland on Wednesday night. He has been identified as 37-year-old Davroy Barnes, otherwise called DJ Mary, of Mango Hall in the parish. Reports from the police are that Barnes was sitting in his motorcar at a party when a vehicle drove up and a man alighted from his vehicle. The man reportedly began to rob patrons and then opened fire before making his escape. When the shooting subsided, Barnes was reportedly found suffering from what appeared to be gunshot wounds. The police were summoned and Barnes was taken to the hospital, where he died while undergoing treatment. Investigations are ongoing. Budy and the Killer Bean listed among 12 wanted men by Kingston Western Police. Detectives assigned to the Kingston Western Police Division have listed 12 men as wanted for questioning in connection to recent activities in the division. The men are being asked to report to the Denham Town Criminal Investigations Branch before 6 p.m. on Saturday, December 2. Being sought are a man known only as Budy, Neil Williams, otherwise called the Killer Bean, Colin Townsend, otherwise called Jojo, Javon Ferguson, otherwise called Binti, Tyreek, otherwise called Hittis, Beggs, otherwise called Bobo, Romario Barrett, otherwise called Papa, O'Dane Thomas, otherwise called Leanhead, a man known only as Naldo, a man known only as Timar, a man known only as O'Neill, and a man known only as Chin. Suspected gun traffickers charged following firearm and ammo seizure on Marcus Garvey Drive. 3 men who are believed to be gun traffickers were arrested and charged following the seizure of 2 firearms and several rounds of ammunition on Marcus Garvey Drive in Kingston on Thursday, November 23. The men have been charged with the offenses of possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, trafficking of prohibited weapon, and the possession of a prohibited weapon with intent to traffic. Charged are 29-year-old Nicholas Freeman, otherwise called Nico, of Trinidad Road, Kingston 11. 23-year-old Ryan Morrison, otherwise called Alfred, a construction worker of Belvedere District, St. Andrew. 21-year-old Akeem Moore, otherwise called the Brown Chops, of Stairtown, St. Anne, and the Pleasant Heights, Rockford, Kingston 2. Reports from the Denham Town Police are that around 6:30 a.m., lawmen carried out an operation on Marcus Garvey Drive, Kingston, where a blue Toyota Yaris motorcar with the 3 men aboard was searched. During the search, a Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 6 cartridges and a .38 revolver containing 6 cartridges were found inside of the motor car. All 3 men were taken into custody and were charged after a question and answer session on Wednesday, November 29. Their court date is not yet finalized. Convict recounts a video recorded stabbing death of schoolgirl Shanika Gray. Convicted murderer Mario Morrison today testified at the Shanika Gray murder trial that he and Gregory Roberts had sex with a teenager and then videotaped her stabbing death in Irwin, St. James. The 15-year-old schoolgirl was killed in 2017. The former co-defendant, who is currently serving a life sentence in relation to Gray's murder, told the St. James Circuit Court that he used Roberts' cell phone to record him stabbing the Green Pond High School student while she cried and pleaded throughout the fatal ordeal on the night of January 29, 2017. We pick up a young girl at court in downtown Montego Bay, and she was waiting on a taxi to go Bogue Village. He stopped at the UDC and had sex with her. Then he said he wanted to pick up something at Granville, and the young lady was saying she wanted to go to Bogue, Morrison told the court in his evidence-in-chief. After reaching Irwin, he said to the female, "You're not going to give the dog sex or head?" Then after she was like she wanted to go home, he videoed himself hugging the girl, and afterwards he passed the phone to me saying, "Dog, video this for me." And I'm videoing now. He had the knife and started to stab her. She started crying and bawling, even saying, "Lord, this is what you're going to do to your daughter?" Morrison recounted. Morrison also told the court that Roberts had asked him to record the incident because Roberts was going to make a sacrifice, a term that has seen frequent use throughout the trial to date. Roberts and Morrison were arrested and charged with Grace murder after the teenager's body was found on February 1, 2017. Woman accused of killing Daniel Rowe remanded until February 1. Coyote Sechelle, the woman accused of abducting and killing 80-year-old Daniel Rowe, has been further remanded until February 1, when her case will come up for mention. When the matter was called up Thursday, the Home Circuit Court was told that the Communications Forensic and the Cybercrime Division report is outstanding. Daniel was abducted from Recon Primary School in Portmore, St. Catherine on June 8. She was later found wandering in the corporate area with a wound to her throat. Daniel died days later while being treated at hospital. 4 accused of involvement in international drug ring freed of charges. 4 men who were placed on trial 4 years ago for money laundering after being accused of being major players in an international drug trafficking network between Jamaica and the United States were freed Thursday afternoon before the St. James Parish Court. The men, 57-year-old building contractor Robert Dunbar, 50-year-old Delroy Gale, 45-year-old businessman Louis Smith, and Milford Daly, were charged by Major Organized Crime and the Anti-Corruption Agency and the Financial Investigation Division in a major investigation between the Jamaica and U.S. law enforcement agencies in 2013. Prosecutors had accused the men of being involved in international drug trafficking and money laundering. The accused were charged after a man, said to be one of their associates, was convicted in 2012 and is sentenced to 27 years in the United States. He later decided to cooperate with American prosecutors and their Jamaican counterparts in their investigation of the men. The associate, Dean Drummond, testified via video link from a U.S. prison during the lengthy trial, which began in 2013. However, the defense team, which included Hugh Wildman, Tom Tavares, Vincent Casey, Ozzy West, Senior Smith, and Martin Thomas, challenged the credibility of the witness who claimed the men were members of his drug organization. During no-case submissions, which began on November 3, the attorneys highlighted what they described as discrepancies in some of the testimonies of the 20-plus witnesses called by the prosecutors. The trial judge accepted the submissions and dismissed the case. They can't cross it, says Golding. Leader of the People's National Party, Mark Golding, says Prime Minister Andrew Holness has yet to give a date for local government elections out of a fear of losing. Why do you think they never call local government elections on Sunday at their conference? It's because they can't cross it, Golding said. He was speaking during a tour of the St. James East Central constituency on Wednesday as part of shoring up support for his party's local government election candidates. Them know that the people them not in them again, because the people are tired of the lies, deception and the corruption. The people want a new wind of change, the PNP president said. They want a government that they can have trust and confidence in. Leaders who don't tell them lies, and a government that looks out for the people. The Jamaica Labour Party held its 80th anniversary conference at the National Arena in St. Andrew on Sunday, but amidst the huge anticipation of an election date, Holness did not name a date. At a date to be announced at a time of my choosing, we will be going back to the people at the local government election. We have no fear when facing the people of Jamaica, Holness said. Local government elections are constitutionally due by February 28, 2024.